I'm Max Panko, and I'm absolutely transforming my body through the next 15 weeks to get completely shredded and jacked naturally. And I'm going to take you guys through this process week by week so that you can see how I do it. Follow along, follow my tips, and you'll build your dream body. Anyways, here's my update after week 1. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's now week 2 of the cut, and I'm down to 215 pounds. It seems like a lot to lose 10 pounds in just a week, but a lot of that is just water weight from not being carved up on food anymore. So I probably actually lost like 6 pounds. However, that is still pretty fast, but I am doing it pretty intense. That is going to slow down as I go. With that being said, I've had about 2,500 to 2,600 calories per day. Getting my exercise in through lifting with rugby as my cardio. 1 week into the cut is pretty much the worst you'll ever look, because you still have pretty much all the fat from the bulk, but you're not big and pumped up from all the food on the bulk. So you pretty much look small and still not lean. However, you just gotta trust the process is only up from here. As you can see through my physique updates, I do look a little bit leaner, but I also look a little bit smaller. That'll change and I'll start to look a lot bigger once the muscles start to pop out through the fat. That's why a lot of times when people cut, people think they gained so much muscle and must have hopped on juice. A lot of times in reality, they just cut off the fat and that made it look like they have a lot more muscle, which is my goal for this cut. In terms of adjustments I'm making, I just recently started taking magnesium. I'm taking it to have better sleep and better muscle recovery, because my main focus this cut is to get better sleep. I do suggest taking magnesium, especially before you sleep. And that's the main difference from last cut to this cut. Last cut, I did not take a lot of supplements. This time, I have a whole supplement stack to make sure my hormones, my sleep, my recovery, everything's top notch to make up for the lack of food. I plan to stick around 2,500 for a few more weeks and see how that goes, or at least for this week. In terms of nutrition, my big things right now are eggs and salmon. Both are great protein and fat sources. 2 things I'm really focused on. Hard-boiled eggs will get you protein and fat, and salmon will get you that protein and those fatty acids, which are super important, among other various benefits from both of those foods. And of course, tuna. Pure protein, a great way to get your protein up while not getting your calories up. So those are 3 foods to focus on. Another way I've been getting fat in is whole milk. And of course, I've been spamming whey protein. That's the classic. Water, protein powder, super convenient, massive amount of protein, not many calories. Another huge adjustment I've made on nutrition is I've decided to really spread out my meals. Instead of doing 3 meals a day from the dining hall, I've been eating half of my meals there and then taking half to go. Specifically, half of the protein. For example, if I get 3 chicken breasts, some rice, and some avocado, I'll eat all of the rice and avocado, and I'll eat half of the chicken. I'll take half the chicken to go so I can eat it a few hours later. There are 2 reasons I'm doing this. One is so that my body and my muscles don't go a long time without protein. Because although it doesn't have to be perfectly spread out, and this is probably excessive, it is a concern that if you go a long time without protein, your muscles will deteriorate. The other thing is that this really keeps me satisfied and full throughout the day. Protein is great at keeping you full. This week I've been killing Rice Krispie treats. Great energy source before the workout. Same with bananas, these are both great options. Before pretty much every single workout in the cut, I'm eating a banana and a Rice Krispie treat. Usually about 30 minutes to an hour before. The biggest change this week is my new split. I said I was going to do upper lower for a little bit longer, but I decided to switch. I just feel this is the best split for me to build a very aesthetic physique, which is what I'm going for. It's optimal, it gives good rest, it prioritizes the most aesthetic muscles, and it's fun and gives crazy good pumps. Day 1 is push day hitting chest, triceps, and front delts. Day 2 is pull day hitting back, rear delts, and lateral delts. That's one shift I made. I want to prioritize biceps, so I'm taking them out of pull day. And lateral delts aren't affected by the pulling movements, so they will also get good growth. Day 3, leg day A. All of legs plus biceps. So now that I've moved biceps from pull day to this leg day, I'm giving them a little bit of prioritization. Because I feel like for me, that's a muscle that's lacking and it's super important. Day 4 is rest day. Day 5 is chest and back. Day 6 is shoulders and arms, hitting all of shoulders, biceps, and triceps. Day 7 is leg day B, hitting all of legs but nothing else. And day 8 is another rest day. Then I repeat. I train abs 2 or 3 times a week just after a workout when I have time. I don't have a specific day to train them. A lot of people think you don't need to train abs on the bulk because you're not really showing them off. You have your shirt on, it doesn't matter, right? But the bulk is when you're supposed to be building muscle. So you should be building your abs up during the bulk so that when you cut, you have a great 6-pack. With that being said, training abs is not that important. I got these abs barely training them. Just because it's all about very low body fat and they get hit indirectly so often in a bunch of other movements. So a lot of people hate the term abs are made in the kitchen because they say abs are built in the gym and then shown off in the kitchen. That's true, but I still stand by the quote, abs are made in the kitchen. Because yes, it does help train them, but that's about 10 to 20% of showing off your abs. I would say 80% of it is just being a very low body fat. That's all to say I do train abs year round, and I suggest you do too, but the main thing is the diet by far. This split prioritizes chest by training it first on push day, back by training it first on pull day, and biceps by training them on leg day. And I would say it's great for lateral delts. And of course it's great for legs because they get their own day. My lifts have not decreased yet except for 1 set of incline Smith. But that could be various factors. I could have not slept well that day, or not eaten enough before the workout, etc. So I'm hoping next chest day I get that rep back up. Because a lot of people, including myself, get really worried about losing muscle on the cut. But if you're maintaining that strength and pushing with maximum intensity, you don't have to worry about that. That means your muscles are staying there. If a decrease in strength becomes consistent for me, I'm gonna have to up the calories. Make other adjustments like maybe more sleep. And maybe more calories throughout the day before the workout to give myself more energy for the lift, and then more cardio afterwards to make up for that. So right now I'm not focused on cardio much at all. In terms of rest and recovery, I've actually been pretty good at sleep so far, getting about 7-8 hours a night. To get a better sleep, I'm taking magnesium and I'm using nose tape. And I'm trying to limit my late night workouts. I love working out past 8 p.m. It's just such a vibe to me. And you have all this energy from food throughout the day, but taking caffeine that late has really messed up my sleep in the past. So another change I'm implementing is I'm having my workouts earlier on most days. About 3 p.m. is my peak time. And another thing I would love to do for sleep is to shut off screen time for at least an hour before bed, because the blue light can mess with your sleep. Unfortunately, that's not really possible for me. All of my work, from this to schoolwork to everything else, is on my phone or on my computer. So unfortunately, that's not really a possibility, but if you're able to do that, I highly suggest it. The main takeaways of my adjustments. 1, I've added in magnesium. 2, I'm spreading out my protein throughout the entire day. Having some protein right when I wake up with some whey protein throughout the day, and then ending with some more protein. Either a to-go box of chicken or something like that, or another whey protein shake. Number 3, I've changed my split to this, which I'll make a video entirely on. Number 4, although this is the worst I'll look like physique-wise, I've maintained my strength so far by eating right, training intense, and because it's just been 1 week. So we'll see how that goes. And 5, the priority is on sleep. Not on cardio, not on starving myself. Right now it's on sleep. There are not many adjustments so far because it's only week 1, but we'll see how we go from here. I really appreciate you guys joining me on this journey. You guys trust me, it's gonna be worth it. 1 week down, 14 to go, we're just getting started. Trust the process and lock in.